Tough ball game. Hats off to Jack State. Played well enough, made enough plays to get it done. I thought our guys played hard. Um, we got some stops. We made some plays. We missed some plays. And, man, this game is a margins game. It says on here we had one interception. I didn't see an interception. So if you guys saw one, let me know. Oh, okay, at the end of the half. Thanks for refreshing that for me. Yeah, so as I look at the ball game, it comes down, man, a few plays here, a few plays there. We knew this team was going to run the football. I thought our defense did a good job with the run fits. Sort of made them one-dimensional. They had a receiver tonight make some plays, big guy, and that happens sometimes. We saw Cam Cook make an incredible run. He makes a couple guys miss. You keep him bottled up most of the game, but good players find ways to make things happen. And so, hats off to him because I think he is a good player. But for us, it's one of those close. Doesn't feel good, and so what we got to do now is just take a little time off, a day or so, get right back to it, and let's get ready because we got FIU coming in here. So I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, obviously a tough loss, but your defense did a pretty good job against them. Particularly in the run game, held them to half what they're averaging. Just speak on the defense and what they were able to do to hold those guys at bay for most of the game.
Well, Jack State is what we thought they were, and our defense, is for the most part what I thought it, would be. Coach Stu had these guys ready to play. I mean, we understood. Unfortunately, we lost Moo right before halftime. Moo has Byard. He was in the second half with a cast, but we just decided, keep him out. And unfortunately, that you lose a little bit of something like with that. But these guys, man, they work hard. That front seven, is as formidable a front seven as there is in this conference. And I think they put people on notice today with a football team who wants to, shove it down your throat 50 times. And this football team couldn't shove it down our throat like that. They made some plays, but they couldn't shove it down their throat. Man, we made them play a little left-handed.
4 straight one-loss possessions for you guys. What's really been lacking on the team in these type ball games?
It's just a little this, a little that, right? It's been a little different in every ball game. This ball game, we had some opportunities. I thought we managed the clock, decently. I thought we had we got the ball back, a couple of different occasions right before halftime, and now. And I just think, or at the end of the ball game, we got to execute in those situations. That's why you work at it, right? You want those moments, you want those opportunities. Our guys are putting in the work. We're just not reaping the rewards right now. So you know what you do, man? You just keep fighting. Like life throws you things like that, right? And you either succumb to it, okay, man, or you fight through it. And right now, it's doing a really good job of making us be tough through it, man, because it's sort of revealing exactly who these young men are. They're fighting. We just got to just keep going.
Coach, what is your thoughts on the review where the ref told them to put the ball in the middle of the zero? Have you ever seen that before?
I got no comment on the reffing. Right? I just thought tonight it was what it was. To me, I've never seen that before, so I'm glad you pointed it out. But yeah, different.
Coach, can you talk about DJ's expanded role, him getting his first touchdown as a Blue Raider tonight, and how he's working his way more and more into the plans?
Yeah, it's nice to have a 1-2 punch, right? You're trying to make sure. There's a lot of freshmen, that are on this team that jumping in the roles, whether it be special teams. We saw Locke Kennedy get some snaps tonight, like defense. Look, we're trying to grow them up. Young guys become old guys, but they only become old guys when you get snaps. So DJ's role is going up, man, because what he does when he gets in there is produces. He's not – the lights aren't too big. The moments are never too big for him, and all he does is work. So proud of him.
Speaking of the Young Bucks, you had Chris Noble make his first collegiate start today and played pretty well.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him when he got here earlier in the year to now mid-season and the development he's made to get where he is now and he's in the starting rotation?
No, every day's job interview. So those guys are walking out there, every day. And when they walked into the room this summer, we were like, don't be afraid to go compete. That's sort of what we tell, all these young guys, because the natural instinct for a young guy is, if I'm not playing, just fade into the back. But, we don't know what NCAA rules are going to be from year to year. Is it 5 for 5? Is it, 4, 5 to play 4? Whatever it is, make your mark as early as you can. The earlier you play, the better you become. Football's a game where you only get better when you play. So these guys have challenged themselves and been challenged by coaches to play, and that's why you're seeing them play, right? Because they're good enough to be on the field athletically, but it's the mental capacity to be able to understand the game plan, be able to make the checks and calls. And if you can do that, man, there's an opportunity for you here.
You spoke on the defensive line earlier. You really, this year, maybe more so than last year, have been able to set the edge with some more, let's say, some players that have been here but are stepping into bigger roles, like Reggie Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Can you speak on the improved play of the edge room this year?
Yeah, all those guys, you got to remember, everybody was new last year. Reggie was a junior college guy coming in. It takes a year, for any new player, like to feel it. Now, some guys, offensively, it's a lot easier. Defensively, sometimes, if you're a pass rusher or something like that, it comes natural, right? Setting edges is not a natural thing. It's a physical thing, but it's not a natural thing. And guys like Reggie, Buck's doing it better. You start to look. We got a fair amount of guys. I mean, trying to build a wall, set an edge, because the wall gets built inside, which means the ball's got to come to the perimeter. I thought guys were fighting to get off blocks. Still could be better, man, but in year 2, man, you're starting to see a little more of that, and therefore, man, you're seeing a little less, less opportunities for explosive plays in the run game. You're seeing some explosives, but not as many as maybe we saw a year ago, or maybe not as many as you saw early in the season. I think this group is hunkered down. They played harder. They played better. But I think it's understanding how to play within the structure of the defense and actually working that every day.
Speaking of year 2 players, with Muaz going out, you saw Malik Love come in.
Yep.
What's impressed you with him and his growth throughout the year?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a redshirt freshman. He's put on 25 pounds since he's been here. So, when the body changes, like the mentality can be a little different. When you get stronger, you got confidence. When you're weak out there playing against, guys, who push you around, it feels different. I think the confidence has come with the weight gain and his ability to actually get more invested reps. He's played better over the last 2 weeks, and again, young guys becoming old guys. He's a redshirt freshman.
Obviously, bowl game's off the table now. Can you kind of speak on the mental toughness that the team's going to have, coaching staff, everyone in the program, moving forward for a strong push down the final stretch of the season?
Yeah, I think for us, what we need to focus on is, treating every game down the stretch like a bowl game. You only get the contest that you get, right? And there's only so many guaranteed. So now, let's make the next one we play our bowl game, okay? And then the next one after that, and then the next one after that. So, for us, I mean, it's a change. It's a change in mentality, but I don't think these guys are going to step away from a fight. I mean, man, they haven't stepped away so far. So what we got to do is just make sure, man, we just keep stepping into the room, keep stepping into the middle of the ring, and just keep putting our hands up.
Looking at Nick's completion and attempts tonight, flirted around 50%, and a couple missed deep shots early. What can you tell me about his performance tonight?
You know what? You'd have to ask Nick about that. I looked at it and, a couple of drops, in there. A couple of missed, opportunities, in there. It is what it is. I mean, we always wanted to be better, right? So, like, to me, I got a quarterback, man, who's battling. A lot of people got a lot of things to say about, how he's playing and where he is. But, I mean, if he didn't give us the best chance to go out there and win, he wouldn't be out there.
Jack State's a team that's kind of they've won a few close conference games. What can you guys learn from what they've done this season and kind of put it forward towards the rest of the year?
Yeah, Jack State's played some tough ball games, and they've been able to make plays down the stretch. I don't think I'm looking at learning much, from Jack State. I think it's more about our guys just continuing to push through. We got to make our own plays, right? I mean, they made plays, we got to make plays. So, hats off to them because they've been able to win some close games. Man, we got to find ways to do the same thing.
Anything else, Coach?
I appreciate you. Thank you. Go Blue. Yep.
Linebacker Parker Hughes.
Parker, the defense came out probably tackling as well. We've seen you tackle most of the year. You did a great job in the run game, but just talk about, I guess, the bittersweetness of that. I mean, obviously you lost the game, but the defense really came up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we worked on in practice all week, was stopping the run. We knew Jack State could run the ball. I mean, their running back led the nation in rushing yards, so that's something that we pride ourselves on, and it was a challenge for us.
Looks like you guys kind of contained Cook for the first 3 quarters, and he busted free late in the fourth. Can you talk about kind of what just opened up for him on that drive?
Yeah, I mean, I think the tempo, they started going tempo. And, for the first half, obviously he didn't run the ball. What was like 38 attempts for like 83 yards. So I think just the second half, he just got loose with the tempo and stuff. But for the most part, man, he didn't really get as much.
And Parker, this is kind of the second and last 3 home games where you guys have contained the offenses early, and then the fourth quarter it's kind of got away. Just kind of what happened out there tonight. What do you guys have to do differently to make that change?
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to practice execution. I mean, what we work in practice, we got to carry that to the game. And then obviously when it comes game time, you got to execute. So it's as simple as that. I mean, for a defense, we can't let them score. And offense, like 2-minute drill, we just got to get the ball in the end zone or a field goal, either one.
Parker, you're one of the veteran guys on this team. Played really well the last couple of years. Just how do you think your leadership has affected the team this year as the season goes forward?
Yeah, I know. As a guy who played some football, has some snaps under your belt, you just try to pride yourself on just leading these guys the best way you can and just showing them, after a loss, man, you just got to keep your head up and continue to work. I mean, it's that simple. But yeah, just as a leader, man, I try to do that every time I get a chance to.
Speaking on that leadership aspect, obviously eliminated from bowl contention now, how do you keep the team motivated and obviously the defense in the linebacker room motivated for the rest of the season?
Yeah, man, anytime you get a chance to play college football, I mean, it's a blessing. So anytime you get a chance to play a game, you should take pride in that and work hard and continue to go, even if you don't get a bowl game. So, yeah. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
DJ, your first collegiate touchdown tonight came in the first half. Kind of talk about the emotions of getting into pay dirt for the first time in your college career.
I mean, at the moment it felt good. I mean, while the play was called, I kind of knew I was going to get it because one high safety man on man. I knew he was coming from depth, so I knew I had the speed to beat him. But it felt good. But at the end of the day, I want to win the game. It would feel better if we won the game. But yeah, so it was good.
You stepped in the rotation recently. Just talk about how you've been able to develop as the offseason and then the season goes on to make your way into that rotation and then make a big contribution to the team.
I mean, it's just a lot of hard work and looking up to Jaquel. They've been great leaders, the whole room, including Ricky, helping me every day in practice, pushing me, learning the plays and, trying to know what to do in situations because, sometimes you can plan for something and it'd be different on the field. But it's been well developing, trusting the process and just working hard every day.
For you, what are you seeing as obviously a freshman, but just to continue to try and develop your play, not just as a player, but also for the team as well?
I see a long journey ahead. I think being a freshman, I'm still, learning and still a lot to learn, and I'm still looking up and taking advice from anyone I could. I still, believe in it, and I think we still got some work to do, but we'll finish strong.
DJ, obviously losing 4 conference games by combined 17 points. It's got to be really frustrating. Talk about how, the guys get back up for something after 4 straight losses like that.
I say just, just finish it strong and don't let it, break you because, we're all, have very strong character. You don't want to just quit. It's not over yet. Still got some games to finish, so we're going to keep working and finish this thing, staying out strong.
A lot with the running backs today was in the receiving game. Can you kind of speak on the room's ability to catch the ball out of the backfield?
I mean, being a running back, kind of got to do everything, run, block, pass, whatever needs to be done. Today, probably could have ran a little bit better, but, we needed to be better in the passing game, so that's what we can do.
you're a true freshman. You've learned from Jaquel Middlebrook and Ricky Hunt. How have you seen the game kind of slow down for you as the year's gone on?
Just over time, getting more little experience game by game, just understanding the game better slows them down. It's a hard game, but it's a really simple game once you understand what you're doing. So, yeah.